Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry about the little mix up there. I was trying to get Twitch to work, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like Twitch is going to let me multi stream today. It keeps changing the title of the overall thing, so sorry about that. We're just going to be on YouTube. The last video had the wrong title and no description and all that, so we're just going to start over. So thank you guys for everyone that's watching. If you are someone that does prefer Twitch or you are on Twitch all the time, there is a link in the description to my Twitch channel. Definitely would appreciate any follows on there as well. We're really close to the 850 mark right now, so that's pretty awesome. But we're going to go over the drawings I didn't have a chance to shoot a time lapse of. I was at my friend's tattoo shop the other day and decided to catch up on some drawings. And unfortunately, I brought my camera, but I completely forgot the memory card. It was stuck in my computer, so that's a huge bummer, but what are you going to do? So we have one of the drawings here. Here's another one. This is the drawing from last night, and we're going to do a new one today. So I want to show you guys that whole process. I figured I'd just kind of go for it and see what you guys think of the entire video that I'm doing right now and shooting. It also seems like there's a couple things that are off on the channel. I don't know what's going on with that. That's definitely weird. Yeah, kind of strange, but we're gonna basically get the chat going now too. So anyone that wants to join, please do. We're just testing the chat right now, seeing if it's working. So yeah, if you are watching the video, please just let me know if you see any of this stuff. Interactions, likes, obviously they help. I don't know what we're going to draw just yet, so I think we're going to just pull up some references really quickly, and we're just going to sketch and just see how it goes. I think we're going to probably stick with like the horror kind of theme that's been going fairly consistent through almost all these drawings. If anyone has suggestions for things to draw, I will draw some of them if I think they're going to be fun. But I always start by marking the pages up. It's all the boring stuff, but I figured I'd show you guys my actual full process for making these, because people seem to actually like the actual illustrations, so why not? I just mark an inch in half-inch increments from all the edges, and this just gives me my border to work in. I use a soft pencil or a really light pencil that's easy to take and pick up afterwards. I also would love to know if you guys like the time-lapse videos a bit. I know I said I would be doing more production-style stuff soon, but I just don't have the time. I'm constantly looking for more work and whatnot, so it just makes it really difficult for me to dedicate time to making tutorial videos and things like that. I do plan to make another sticker tutorial video. I've got a lot of requests for that stuff. I also plan to try to do more live streams again soon. I'm just really a little stressed out right now, and it just makes it really difficult for me to focus and want to actually make anything. All right, so that's that. We got the basic guidelines where we want them to be. I typically will take a ruler or something like that, and I'll draw a straight edge on there, and usually it's good to go, but I can't find my other ruler. Sweet. All right, we got the other ruler, and I usually just mark the inside boxes first. Those are the main ones I'm worried about, the ones I don't want to mess up. Sorry about that. Some allergies. My nose is all messed up. All right. That's gotta be the worst sound on the microphone. I'm so sorry. Almost done. Sweet. All right, that's the guidelines all drawn in. So now basically what I end up doing is I'll start actually sketching on here, and I don't really plan these out. Like I said, I just try to stay within these boxes and draw whatever I feel like. So if I see something that I think is kind of cool as a reference and a theme starts to develop after I look through a bunch of different images and whatnot, I'll start drawing that way. But there's always some weird type of dark, spooky element in all my stuff. So that's kind of what we're going to continue with. I think we'll just start off with a skull, because why not? And some of the stuff I'll use a reference, some of it's just like directly from my head in the moment, drawn quickly without too much thought. And that was actually my main goal for this challenge, was just to kind of make dumb things that I think are funny or I have fun drawing. I also need to know what days you guys prefer me to do live stream stuff. I want to try to make more of a consistent schedule, but I feel like the last time I tried to do that, it didn't end up working for the majority of my followers when I could do it at the time. So now I just want to try to find something a bit more accessible for a larger majority of the people that want to watch the content that I'm putting out. So whether it be the art stuff, I have been posting some gaming stuff to Twitch, but nothing super serious because I don't have a setup for that. So it's just me streaming directly from my PlayStation, and I have no like video feed. There's like a little section people can comment, but I don't know how to really make a way for me to interact because I'm just on my PlayStation. I'm not hooked up to a computer. I'm not using any like streaming cards or services or anything like that. So that's why I haven't really been putting so much content out on Twitch, just because I still don't really understand how to use it. And it just seems like another one of those things that's just kind of crazy. So and just doing some tests here to make sure I'm not talking to myself, because I end up doing that a lot where I think there's someone watching and then it's actually just one of the windows I have open. So we're testing it now. I think today too, I have a lot more cartoony images open that I just like pulled up quickly. So I think that's the style we're going for. Just kind of weird, funky stuff. And I just want to fill this up quickly with a loose sketch, and then I'll just ink over it. And I only use permanent markers for this. So that's kind of what's going on. Yeah, so it looks like no one was actually watching, so I feel weird doing these live streams, but we'll keep going. Maybe someone will watch it. And again, just keeping it light, not super serious. Trying not to stress about it. The reason I chose to do it like this year for like an Inktober challenge or art challenge is because every year I try to do Inktober and it stresses me out. I don't have the time to dedicate to it to make good illustrations, and it just makes me feel like the stuff I'm making looks so bad that I don't even want to share it. So the goal was just to make sure I could stick to an art challenge like this and do it for the entire month and do it every day. But it's definitely been becoming a bit much of a challenge. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to keep going. If I go for 30 minutes and no one joins the stream, I don't know why I'm even saying this because no one is here to listen, but yeah, I'll keep this going. If in 30 minutes no one joins the stream, I'm just going to end it. I just don't see a point to the stream if no one sees it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of definitely a little weird. Normally we have a pretty good turnout when I do the streams, but I'll plan a bit more ahead of time. And this was just a spontaneous, I'm going to stream tonight because I haven't streamed in forever thing. But it is a lot of hassle and pain to actually get this stuff going. It just gives me like the worst headaches trying to figure out all the stream stuff sometimes. So I'm realizing now it's probably hard to see the light pencil sketches that I'm doing. So I'm just going to keep drawing along, and you guys will be able to see the inking process a lot easier. Obviously, it'll be a much higher contrast black on there. Not much I can do about it now. Sorry about that. I didn't even consider that as something that could become an issue. But whatever, it's fine. Almost done with like a little rough sketch. I just threw a bunch of random images on here. I got a few more areas I think I can fill with something kind of funny or just weird. I think I'm going to do maybe some more monsters that I haven't done yet, if that makes sense. It's been a skull in pretty much every single video or every single one of these things that I've been making. I guess I could do like a cobra. That'd be cool. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got like a weird eyeballs. I've done quite a few of those, but you can never go wrong with weird eyeballs. Yeah, we'll just do this weird eyeball wolf head thing. Looking pretty good there. Kind of want to draw a frog too, or like maybe another cat or something. Oh, nice. We got some people actually watching right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's been a little while since I've actually done a live stream or anything like that, but I wasn't able to do a time-lapse video recording of the last couple nights drawing, so I figured I'd show those off and just do a quick sketch when we do a live one tonight. So that's what we're going to do. We have a couple things going on. So I'll just show these again really quick in case you guys haven't watched my Instagram or like checked anything out going on there, or the past couple uploads on YouTube. But these are drawings from the last couple days. Haven't spray painted these yet, but I will be doing that probably tomorrow. Have this one here as well. And then this is the drawing from last night. So I've been filming time lapses of all the other drawings, but I forgot my memory card the other night where I was catching up on drawings, and I wasn't able to film any of that stuff. And then another day, like yesterday, I just didn't have the motivation to set up for the time lapse, so we're just going to do it live. I might just do them live. You guys can see the whole process and all that. So let's see, what else can we add? Add some like weird lightning bolt stuff. I actually like drawing lightning with just a marker itself, so I'll usually just create like a guideline like that, and I'll just let the marker kind of dictate where it's going to go. A weird blob pile monster. That'd be kind of sweet, right? Also, if you guys want to interact on the chat, please feel free to. I'm drawing kind of in silence and my own voice, and it's just I don't know, it's kind of weird. So And just to like see if the chat's working. Sometimes it doesn't work for me, so I always try to like do a little test. So if you guys can put anything in the chat, that'd be awesome. Also, if you like the video, that really helps out a lot when I'm doing like the live stream stuff. It just kind of shows the video to more people subscribed and not subscribed to the channel. Let's see, what else can I draw on here? Do some like weird chain links. All right, moving along. We got some stuff going on. I think I need like some Frankenstein stuff. Or maybe like weird electrical things for that. Let's see. All right, we got some Frankenstein references I can go off of now. I think we're gonna make this dog a weird Frankenstein type thing with the bolts on the neck. This is just so ridiculous. All right, that's that. Looks kind of good. Let's do these weird power spring cable things. I can't remember what these are called. I think these are like transistors. And we'll just draw like a rough one just because I'm going to probably do most of the detail work when I'm inking. I don't need it to be super perfect, just they follow this weird guideline. I have power cables everywhere. Draw like a little spider here, I think. One last thing on this. I think one more thing, and then I think it'll be full enough to just ink. All right. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be anything special. I think I'm just going to make a weird juice box type thing. All right. Cool. So that's that. We're going to start inking now. I keep it really simple when I do this. I try not to have too many marker options available as far as like the tip sizes go. And I'll really only use a ruler if I absolutely need to. But have a bullet point, an extra broad, a fine point, and then a Sharpie bullet point as well. And then also another smaller chisel to help fill in areas quickly. For certain things, I like to work with the chisel first to just like block out heavy areas of black. But we're gonna just start and line stuff and go for it. And sorry about all the noise. I'm on the first floor of an apartment building, and my neighbors are always out there kind of like talking and congregating, so it all picks up on my mic. And this is why it's good to have the chisel tip too, because you can do it kind of quick and not have to think about it too much. And use all the different angles to fill things in a lot faster. I think it's definitely a useful skill to have, learning how to use different types of drawing tools that achieve similar things. If you can use a chisel tip marker to fill in larger areas quickly, it definitely saves you a lot of time. Once you learn how to use them too, you can actually line with them pretty comfortably as well. You have 4 working sides to it, so it's pretty helpful. And some of them actually have, 5 of them, so it's all it's all dependent on the marker brand and whatnot, but I think it's super helpful being able to do that. We're just inking this weird little gill monster right now. And because I'm drawing these super quick, I don't really care how they come out. So at the end of it, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just going to have fun, just going to draw it. And it's just whatever. So we're getting close to the edge there. That's why I have the pencil line so I don't go past it. So it's good to make sure that you try to avoid going past it if you're trying to keep it within a certain frame size. So I'm at the edge. I can't add anything else to this. I just got to live with it. And you can just add more details if you think they kind of help improve the illustration. That's what I'm doing here. Nothing crazy. Just add in some dark shadows in definite areas that I'd want them. And you can do a bunch of stippling and stuff like that. I've done that in a few of the drawings, but there's really just no point for something like this if it's just kind of a quick thing. Where making it look rough and shitty is kind of the aesthetic I'm going for. Not caring if the circles look super circular and perfectly round. And for stuff like this too, once you learn how to maneuver a chisel tip, you can actually use it to do much more dynamic looking lines for you. And if you're not super comfortable, you can at least fill in a large enough area of black and then go over it again with a finer point marker to fill in like little tiny spots and round corners if you're not confident or just don't have the ability to do so with a chisel yet. But it's pretty helpful. I definitely like it quite a bit. All right, just gonna add some updates as well. So we've had quite a few subscribers since the last time I streamed, so I'm just gonna go through some logs here. All right, got some other ones going on. Quite a few, so thank you guys for watching. I do really appreciate all the recent subscribers to the channel, people following. I try to shout out all these as I see them. There is so many of them, so it does get a little difficult sometimes. So please bear with me. But yeah, I'll try to go through these every once in a while so people can kind of see what's happening, what's going on. Yeah, so that's a good chunk of alerts since the last time. All right, cool. So those are alerts from like forever ago as well. I didn't mean to click those. Just going through it quickly, but yeah, I definitely do appreciate everyone that's been sticking around on the channel and just recently joining the channel. I've been trying to find time to update more and motivate myself to film content, but it's just really difficult right now. For me, with everything going on, it's so uncertain. I just can't really dedicate as much time as I'd like to making content like I used to. I am still trying to find time to do it, but it is very difficult for me right now. I'm also looking into doing more stuff on Twitch as well. Just there's a lot more things I can do that YouTube doesn't allow me to do. For example, streaming and doing watch party stuff. You can do that on Twitch. That's kind of a cool feature. I wish I could do that on YouTube with the following here, but too many licensing issues. And because Twitch is a Amazon program, if you are an Amazon Prime member and someone you follow on Twitch does a watch party, they can actually host videos on Amazon Prime if you're also a Prime member, and you can kind of just watch a movie with your following and your friends. And I think that's kind of cool. So I'm looking into doing that. As far as art stuff goes, I am working on another studio vlog that's going to be a bit longer like the original ones were. And I do want to do some more tutorial stuff, but things have just been hard for me, like they have been for pretty much everyone in the creative world, just learning how to adapt and survive in what really has never been seen before, in the history of modern day like technology as far as creatives go, with everything going on with the virus and all that, and just a lot of like the political tension here in the States and all the stuff going on. It just makes it really difficult to make stuff without being able to, make some form of income off of it. And that's never been the focus for this channel or why I make art. But unfortunately, it's become a factor that can't be ignored anymore, where I still need to be able to pay bills. And unfortunately, the things I have to do that have to take priority before I can make content for you guys. So please just be understanding. I still want to make content, but I have other obligations I have to take care of first before I can just make content. And right now it's just really difficult. Moving along pretty quick though for the drawing, right? 30 minutes in. And you can add as much or as little detail. I know some people said they were going to try to follow along with this and do some sort of thing like it. I haven't seen anyone post anything yet, but I don't really care if they do or not. I think it's just like you should have fun. If you want to do a personal art challenge, go for it. You shouldn't feel obligated by a community to produce a piece of art every single day that looks perfect. I think that's the biggest flaw with every Artober art challenge I've ever taken part of, is that there's just this sort of unspoken truth where everyone feels like they need to make polished, finished work every single day for 30 days, when it's just not really possible to do that if you have other things to take care of in life. And I think that's something that gets forgotten by a lot of people, is that a lot of the professionals and things like that that people look up to, or that you look up to, that do this every single day, have either already done all of these drawings in advance or at least sketch them out, and they're able to dedicate time to actually inking them, or they ink them all out throughout the course of a few months, and then they just post them, daily. And it makes it look like there's an insane amount of work that they're cranking out. And some people, I'm sure they do. I'm sure there's plenty of illustrators and people like that that actually have the time and the freedom to do that, but I guarantee you there's a large majority that do not, and that's really sort of deceiving to a lot of people and can be a little discouraging if you're just getting into doing an art challenge. The goal is to just improve your skill and have fun. That's it. It's all that matters at the end of the day. If you're not having fun doing it, then you shouldn't do it. And it is sometimes nice to just have a challenge, just to make yourself draw if you're feeling uncreative or just have creative block. Doing a weird art challenge where you don't need anything, it doesn't expect anything out of you at the end. That's the best one to do, because you don't have to worry about anything really. It just doesn't matter. Yeah, it looks like Kevin's still the winner on the Stream Boss, guys. So if anyone wants to interact in any way possible, like the video, share the video, comment, any of that stuff, subscribe to the channel. That takes down good old Kevin's health here. He's been champion supreme for the last couple streams. It'd be sick to get someone new on that leaderboard. And after tonight's drawing, I'm probably just going to go on Twitch and play some games. If you guys prefer that stuff, you want to see more of me just kind of hanging out playing games, let me know. I play everything. There's not like one specific game that I'm going to play the whole time. I just play whatever I feel like playing. You know what I mean? It's not like that big a deal to me. I'm just trying to have a good time and not think about my life. So that's why I play video games, just to sort of decompress and not stress out that much. But that being said, there are like some games I'm just a lot better at, and I like to play more. I like weird adventure action games and horror games, but lately I've just been playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, because why not? It's great. I'm a skateboarder, so it was a game that was really influential to me growing up, and it's just like kind of fun to play again. Very nostalgic for sure. And then just kind of whatever. I don't know. I've been playing a lot of weird ninja assassin games and like samurai sword fighting games. Those have been fun. Spider-Man I might get back into playing just because I'm apparently really good at it. I don't know. All my friends said that I was really good at it. I beat it really fast. It was just an easy game for me to beat. And then I was going to do Last of Us Part 2, but that game is like crazy emotional to deal with and get through. Like I just like after playing it the first time, I needed a break from playing games for a while. Shit was intense. It was great. It was definitely one of my favorite games. But yeah, I think people needed to wouldn't want to sit through and watch that emotional turmoil because that shit was a lot to deal with. All right, looks like my marker's starting to die out, but I do have some ink for it, so I'm glad I grabbed that. Just not where I put it. All right, well, I'll find it later. I have a backup marker. That's why I have the Sharpies. All right, just sketch out the rest of this juice. This is eyeball juice. Maybe that's the flavor. I'll just do eyeball as the flavor. Why not? All right. Sorry, this isn't if this isn't as fun as past streams. Normally there's a lot of people and there's like a lot of conversation going on. I just haven't streamed in forever, and I think I've just kind of fallen off for a lot of people, so maybe it'll come back to what it was one day. I don't know. It also kind of like discourages me from doing the live streams when it's like, I do appreciate the people that watch them and stuff, but when it's such low turnout for people, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I know I'm not, and it's just like the dumb feeding the beast of social media, right, for artists. But so much work to set these up, even with the low quality I have in them. It is a lot for me to dedicate all the time to it. All right. A few more things, and then we'll be done inking this one, and I'll just probably start adding a lot more detail and freaking out about that stuff. That's usually what I like to do on these. I add a lot of detail and just kind of go for it. Just add some of this lightning. And lightning, when I draw it, I don't like to keep it as structured because lightning isn't really that structured. It's got these weird forms throughout and weird shoot-offs. It doesn't always have to be some like perfect thing, but that's how I draw it. All right, so what else do we have on here? This little spider, the eyeball. Alright, so this one's starting to run out of ink pretty badly. I don't know where I put that replacement bottle of ink. I literally had it kind of kicking around earlier today. There it is. So one of the reasons I really do like these markers a lot is that you can easily refill them. So we're just going to do that really quickly. There's also, if you pull this little part out, you can actually flip the nib over. If you can see that on there. So you can pull that out, but we're just going to give this a little bit of a shake, nothing too crazy. And we'll just pour a couple drops in here. Let that sort of soak in. And we're ready to go. So that actually reduces the marker up quite a bit. And it's like it's a brand new marker all over again. I kind of like how the tip is getting on this one. Where it's a little bit more round. Finally, it took a long time to actually get to that point. And that's just because they use a harder nib than what Sharpie uses. But I prefer this nib style over the Sharpie regular felt tip. This much firmer felt definitely gives like a better amount of control for longer, and that's one of the reasons I like it so much. But Sharpie still has a place for me. And the other thing about these two is that they're not a typical marker that's easy to find in the U.S. I actually used these when I was in Paris visiting. Like almost 2 years ago now. I just needed a permanent marker for some stuff, and this is what they had. And I really liked them a lot. And I couldn't find them in the States for a really long time, and they just started carrying them at a local art supply store, and I was pretty pumped. And I had no idea they were actually refillable until I went there and saw like a huge display rack of them. But apparently, like in Spain and stuff, this is a really common marker, according to my friend Mais, who was at the shop the other night when I was there. He thought it was funny because he hasn't seen one of these in a long time. And he said that this is the marker that they use. That this is like their version of the Sharpie. But I do like it a lot because you can refill it and the nibs last so much longer. It's like one of these markers last 3 or 4 times as long as a regular traditional Sharpie. And you can keep refilling it, so you don't have to constantly waste all this plastic. There's really no way to recycle these Sharpie markers at all. Once they're done, they're done. But with these, you can just change the nibs out and then keep refilling them. You don't have to constantly buy more markers and make more plastic waste and all that stuff that's super bad for the environment. So they definitely get my full approval. You can find them at like a lot of art stores now, I guess, which is great. I'm glad that they're available here. I think the same thing with like Posca paint pens. They're like resurgence. They were available in the States, but they were only at certain places when I was younger. I remember seeing them all the time. And then they just disappeared because no one carried them. And all of a sudden there's a huge resurgence of them in popularity. But like for the longest time, I couldn't find them back in the States. And when I tried to find them online, they were all places like overseas. And I just couldn't afford to order just a couple. So I'm glad a lot of this stuff is getting more accessible in the States, for like the weird drawing materials you don't think are going to be, super amazing or something because you've never used them before, but a lot of other countries have them. All right, we got this weird power cable thing. Add little shadows here and there. Some lines. Connect that lightning to it. Looks pretty good. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good. This shark up here could probably use some detail. Looks decent, a little bit better. And this is usually where I'll just start adding in random extra details on these super fast drawings, just to kind of make them look a little bit more planned out, even though they're just done as quickly as possible. Oh, you like the hot dog, man? Thanks. Yeah, this is Killer Beef. That's his name. When I was doing more graffiti stuff when I was younger, and people would try to diss my stuff or like diss my friend's stuff, instead of dealing with like the just dumb petty bullshit of graffiti when they'd like line my piece out, I used to just paint these hot dogs over their stuff. And it was so funny that people like couldn't get mad because they weren't sure who was doing it for the longest time. And it just got to the point whenever I'd see like graffiti beef, I would draw Killer Beef over their stuff, and they would get absolute ape shit over it. It's still like my favorite thing of all time. I used to have stickers of this dude, but I don't know what happened to the last couple that I had. And it's normally always it's like a pink wiener and a blue bun, so it definitely bums people out that get their piece gone over with it. All right. So yeah, that's the drawing. That was pretty quick. We're literally at just an hour from sketch to fully inked garbage. A little scribble here. I guess I can go around. I'll start like thickening up lines too, like if I think it needs just a more defined look. Go through and double up some stuff. I do like this little ghillie face though. I think this came out kind of cool. Fill in some more of the black. When you draw super fast and your goal is just to make something quickly and not really care how it comes out, you do miss a lot of things, but sometimes I think that helps when you go by on the second round to see like, oh, like this works without that detail. Like the next time I draw something like this, I could maybe get away with not having that detail in there, or vice versa. Or I'll get something that's too detailed and I'll be like, oh, you know, what would be really great if I just cover this with black and I don't have to worry about it. It's a really fun way to sketch as well if you're just trying to get ideas across. I just will do that, and I don't know, it's kind of helpful. I'm going to post my link to my Twitch channel also in the chat. Just if you guys want to come hang out. I'm going to be playing some just, I don't know, probably some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or something after this. If you guys have it and you want to play, like hit me up. I'm also Wolf Pits on PlayStation Network. It's just what I got. But if you guys want to just like play games ever or whatever while I'm on, I think that'd be super fun. So I'm just going to get the link to that, the Twitch channel, and just share it with you guys real quick. And yeah, if you guys want to, like I said, after this, I'm going to probably go throw some spray paint on this with the other drawings. I'll probably do that tomorrow. It's already dark here, and I don't have a light on my back porch, so I can't really see what I'm doing, so I can't really do too much. But that's pretty much what I do for these drawings. I just draw them as fast as I can. Sometimes I take a little bit more time if I have the time, or if I'm like in the mood to draw and really tweak things out and get lots of detail in. But sometimes I don't care enough to do that, and I just want to do whatever. And that's just what today was. I just wanted to draw something kind of funny, start erasing stuff. I also don't know if you guys can hear me either on this mic. So if you can, let me know, because sometimes it tells me that my audio is working and then I go to look at it and it's just not working. So I'm going to sign in to chat, I guess, really quick and respond to you guys in case you guys don't hear me. All right. Boom. Okay, so the chat's working. That's good. My whole live stream thing's been messed up for a while, so every time I try to do it, I get something that comes up like that. But that's this this drawing. It makes that noise. That's when you know it's good. It's all done. So that's my basic tutorial on how to draw really bad art challenges for the month of October. Just have fun and don't care how they come out. And just add detail when you say you're done. That's when you know you're doing good. Just gonna go to my edge here and start blocking in some heavy black colors. Just because, why not? Also, this giant jumbo marker does not smell nearly as bad as the Sharpie version or the Pilot version. Something about the ink they use in these. I don't know why I like it so much more than all the other ones. It could just because it's different than the others, but it doesn't seem to smell as bad and like doesn't make my head hurt when I draw with these markers for a long time. Whereas like if I draw with a Sharpie for a long time, I'm done for the day. I'm like, all right, I'll see you guys. See you guys later. All right. Boom. Had 3 viewers on my Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 mix up there. That's great. We got 1 person watching. Thank you for watching. We got 3 likes. Killing it. Oh man, I didn't put links to my... Me getting all excited. I'm like, there's links to my stuff. Meanwhile, there's no links to my stuff. All right. There it is. Gonna put this in the chat for you guys. So if you're not following me on Twitch, please go follow me on Twitch. I'm gonna try to post more stuff there. So I'm gonna actually call it probably a night on this one. It's been fun. And then usually what I do is I'll just I'll post a picture to Instagram, and that's kind of it for these little drawings. And I'll add like little details here and there. Thicken it up a bit. Yeah, that's it. So that's kind of like my process, and then I'll tape the edges off with masking tape. I'll get a can of spray paint, and I'll spray like a light dusting around the whole thing to give it that toner overwashed look. So these are all the drawings that have to get that still. This was last night's. I drew this in probably a half hour. Sketch, inked, all that. Just I didn't really care as much. This one I spent an hour on. Again, drawing really quickly. Some stuff with references, most of it without. The Pirelli's Miracle Elixir. I don't know if you guys have watched Sweeney Todd or are familiar with the musical Sweeney Todd, but that's what this whole sheet was about. The Demon Barber Fleet Street. And then this one was cool as well. I was listening to Power Trip all day, and they have this sick Reaper on their last album before Riley passed away, and I believe it's on a bunch of their merch. So I saw that, and then I wanted to do my own version, so I drew this, and then I saw this really funny Felix drawing, drew that, and slowly just kept adding weird things throughout, like my bootleg Simpsons, Marge Simpson down there. Have to make it extra shitty. Don't want to get sued, you know? Alright, so those are all those drawings. And that's pretty sick. And then I can show you the other ones real quick as well as like a little recap. So these are the other drawings in this series. Actually, this one technically is not a part of the Artober one, but this was the first one doing the weird overspray and spray paint and marker only challenge. It's one of the first ones. I actually really like this one a lot. I think it's really funny. This like cute little death metal face with the one tooth. Just dumb. I thought it was funny. This is another one of the days. I think it was day 2. Some weird stuff. Someone was talking about Faces of Death with me. I don't know if you guys have heard of Faces of Death. I don't recommend watching it. But it's a cult horror movie classic from like the 80s. It's terrible. It's like just gore porn. Not very good. I tried watching it twice with friends when I was younger just to be like an edgelord. And I regret every second of that. So don't watch it. Some Friday the 13th classic stuff. This is actually kind of fun. I just like drew it quickly and actually used ink and kind of the actual Inktober process, how you're supposed to do it. But whatever. I stopped doing that and went back to Sharpies right away. And here we go. This one was kind of fun. And then I actually added all this gold leaf, which is pretty sick. The original drawing is posted on Instagram. I also used some of the masking fluid like I used on the previous one to get all these little white highlights from when I spray painted. So I actually would just mask it off, then hit it with spray paint, and then pull off the masking fluid liquids, and you get all these cool negatives like the little barbed wire and the crosses. And yeah, this vampire. If anyone recognizes this vampire, minus the melted face because I added that, you feel free to comment it if you watch this video in the future. But that's pretty much it. That's the whole stack of things. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Sorry, I'm still super tired. I think things have been stressful. I've been helping out at the DIY skate park down the street from my house. We had to dig a giant drainage channel, and there is 2 inches of asphalt to get through. And I don't know if you've ever tried to get through asphalt with a pickaxe. It doesn't work too good. So my body's been kind of dead, and I'm just like a little burned out. But that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to probably go over and play some stuff and stream on Twitch. So like I said, if you guys want to hang out on there, go follow me on Twitch. I'm going to try to just do something like every day, like an hour of something on Twitch, playing whatever I feel like until I get like a setup where I can chat with you guys and do the webcam thing. But thank you guys for watching. I do really appreciate it. It's been kind of crazy. We're almost at 850 subs. That's fucking insane, and I do really appreciate everyone that's been following. We got 4 likes on this video. Hell yeah, I appreciate that. Instagram as well. I'm almost at 1,500. I know that's not a lot, but I'm also not like a 15-year-old Instagram star. So to me, 1,500 is a lot. Pretty big deal. And then yeah, on YouTube, we're 6 away from 850. So that's also insane to me. I never thought that would happen. And then I think as far as like Instagram goes, I'm like 3 away. So 2 away. I just got a follower all of a sudden. Look at that. Literally just right now. All right, guys. That's going to do it. I will see you guys on Twitch. If you want to come hang out, I'm going to go do that. And I'll post my drawing on Instagram. And you guys can go make fun of it. It'll be sick. All right.